The performance appraisal is a tool that's a key part of performance management because it helps employees improve their job performance. They are often viewed as a critical element of any performance management approach. Let's take a look. Performance appraisal is the process of determining how well employees do their jobs relative to a standard and communicating that information to them. Organizations generally use performance appraisals in two potentially conflicting ways. One use is to provide a measure of performance for consideration in making pay and other administrative decisions about employees. This administrative role often creates stress for the managers doing the appraisals and the employees being evaluated because the rater is placed in the role of the judge. The other use focuses on the development of individuals. In this role, the manager acts more as a counselor and a coach rather than a judge. The developmental performance appraisal emphasizes current training and development needs, as well as planning employees' future opportunities and career directions. Three administrative uses of performance appraisal impact managers and employees the most. First, making pay adjustments. Second, making job placement decisions on promotions, transfers, or demotions. And third and finally, choosing employee disciplinary actions up to and including termination of employment. A performance appraisal system is often the link between employee job performance and the additional pay and rewards they can receive. Performance-based compensation reinforces the idea that pay raises are based on performance accomplishments instead of length of service, or as part of automatic percentage raises granted to all employees. In pay-for-performance compensation systems, managers evaluate the performance of individuals and make compensation recommendations. If any part of the appraisal process fails, better performing employees may not receive larger pay increases, and that can result in perceived inequities in compensation. Employers are generally interested in the administrative uses of performance appraisals because the assessments and decisions made in these evaluations affect promotions, terminations, layoffs, and transfer assignments. Personnel actions based on performance appraisals must therefore be adequately documented to avoid legal concerns. Objective and fair criteria should be emphasized in the documentation used to support evaluations. For employees, appraisals can be the primary source of information and feedback to help them improve their job performance. By identifying employees' strengths, weaknesses, needs, and potential, supervisors can provide employees with feedback about their progress at work, discuss areas in which additional training may be beneficial, and outline future developmental plans. Performance appraisal feedback is therefore well positioned to be a developmental tool. A number of decisions must be made when designing performance appraisal systems. Let's take a look. It is important for managers to understand that appraisals are their responsibility. Through the performance process, good employee performance can be made even better, poor employee performance can be improved, and poor performers can be removed from the organization. Performance appraisal must not simply be an HR requirement, but should also be an important management process because guiding employees' performance is among the most important responsibilities of being a manager. Performance appraisals can occur in two ways, informally or systematically. A supervisor conducts an informal appraisal whenever necessary. The day-to-day working relationship between a manager and an employee offers an opportunity for the evaluation of individual performance. A manager communicates this evaluation through various conversations on the job, or on-the-spot discussions of specific occurrences. Although such informal feedback is useful and necessary, it should not replace a formal performance appraisal. Frequent informal feedback to employees can prevent surprises during that performance review. A systematic appraisal occurs when the contact between the manager and employee is formal, and a system is in place to report managerial impressions and observations of employee performance. This approach to appraisals is quite common. Systematic appraisals feature a regular time interval, which distinguishes them from informal appraisals. Both employees and managers know that performance will be reviewed on a regular basis, and they can plan for performance discussions. Most organizations require managers to conduct appraisals once or twice a year, most often annually. Employees commonly receive an appraisal 60 to 90 days after being hired, again at 6 months, and annually thereafter. Organizations can require managers to meet with employees on a regular basis, like quarterly, but if managers and employees want additional discussion, more meetings can be scheduled. Since appraisals are supposed to measure how well employees are doing in their jobs, it may seem unnecessary to emphasize that performance appraisals must be job-related. However, it is important for all evaluations to adequately reflect the nature of the work performed.